Hi, I am so excited to be here. I'm always excited. And I'm going to invite you, if you're joining me, to put your name in and tell me where you're from. And even if you're watching this after the fact and not live, I'd love to see your name and your face. A lot of people from across the country watch this at a time that's convenient. So what I'm here to do today is I'm going to reveal the title of my book, and I want to share the journey with you that I've been on. It's quite the journey. It started back in March of last year when COVID hit, and I thought maybe my business wasn't going to be anymore. Probably a lot of people thought that. And so I decided that I would just kind of calm down, settle into it. And if it's a good time for the business to end, that's just what it's going to be, and I'll figure it out. And then I asked myself the question, what could I be doing with my time? And I thought, well, if business does come back, I want to be able to keep going. And so what if there's an opportunity to write a book? If so, I need to have a book proposal ready, and there's no better time to do it than when a lot of things have been canceled. I see someone coming on. Hi there, LinkedIn user. I don't know why I can't see your name, but thanks for showing up. And so I just decided to kind of settle in, and I knew that I wanted a book, and I'm very intuitive, and I've been a little bit lucky with book publishing compared to a lot of authors. I've never had an agent. It's always occurred because I wanted it, and I networked, and things happened, and I got the book. So I thought, well, I'm going to write a book proposal. And there had been a book kind of brewing for me, and it was going to be on difficult conversations because that's what was happening in the world that I was in. I kept seeing people avoiding conversations, and as a result, big problems happening later. And so I've been doing this work that I call the performance conversation model. And it's about a blueprint for conversations when things get difficult. And the tools inside of it can be used individually as well. Hi, Shauna. Thanks for showing up. And so I started writing this book proposal. Now, if you've ever done that, it's not fun to write a book proposal, but I was able to focus and I got it ready. And then fast forward about 6 months later, I did get a reach out, and it was someone that I really liked, and I had only gotten to know briefly, but she used to work for LinkedIn Learning, where I've done several video programs, video learnings, and she now works for a publisher, a British publisher. And she said, have you got any projects going on? We're wanting to expand into the US market. And I was so excited. I thought, wow, this intuition thing, really trusting your knowing, it really works. And I decided not to get real attached because we couldn't come to agreement with certain things. And there was already a piece of work out there like mine. And so we revised, I revised 3 times. And I kept a good relationship with this person. And I said, would you mind introducing me to another publisher? Because mine didn't make it. So it didn't make it. And I didn't give up. I didn't feel discouraged. I just thought this just isn't the right fit. And I've really learned a lot about mind control. And so I was able just to be centered with that and say, I just trust whatever's going to happen is supposed to happen. And fast forward, I got introduced to Barrett Kohler, and here we are today. Now, what's interesting is when I was trying to publish with the other publisher, I got this another insight. And the insight was that my book was going to be called From Conflict to Courage. And I got kind of attached to that. And anyway, so I said, let's do this title. And then I was told that title just sounds too much personal development. And so that kind of discouraged me a little bit. And that was sort of a trigger for me. I'm going to say hi to a couple of people here just for a second. Hey, Heather. Hey, Heather calls me Priss because she says I'm prissy. I can be a tomboy too. Someone's asked me, Marlene, where do you do your best writing? I have a couple of places. One is in my office whenever I'm at the computer, but another one is I like to journal, and I have sort of a room that I call my meditation room. If anybody else here likes to write, please share, your name, where you're from, and what you're writing, and where you like to do your writing. I think it's good to just learn from each other. But I do like to do a lot of quiet writing by hand, and then I like to transcribe that. So anyway, here's where we are. I had this title. I even liked the title so much that I bought a couple of domains, From Conflict to Courage. But when I was told by the first publisher that they just didn't agree with that title, it didn't sound maybe businesslike enough, or it was too personal development, too I do a lot of work on myself. I do a lot of internal work, a lot of awareness work. And so that's where that story left off. It didn't go through. Now, it's interesting how doubt can creep into your mind, even when you know you're here to deliver a certain message. Because I got the next publisher, and the way that they do things, which I really enjoyed, was we survey my audience, my friends, people that would read my book. And I had to come up with about 8 or 9 titles and 8 or 9 subtitles. And so I did put From Conflict to Courage on there. But I had another one that I was really invested in, and it was building conflict capacity, because that's really a lot of what the book is about. And I'm going to talk about that the next time I'm on, because people have been asking for what that concept is and what that means. And so when I got the results back, it was really funny. My new publisher said, well, it's really clear what your title should be. And I said, is it? Because because I've been confused. I said, in my mind, it needs to be building conflict capacity. And she said, oh my goodness, no. She said, everybody, not everybody, but a majority of people really love From Conflict to Courage. And the subtitle was How to Stop Avoiding and Start Leading. And what's interesting about that is that I had already discounted those ideas, because it got into my mind that it wouldn't be quite high level enough, or that it would be too much in your face and too simple. And she said, no, everybody wants simple. That's what everybody wants. That's what people need. They want it to be really laid out. And, people that are going to buy the book are going to love that title. And so that's what happened. And she also said something that meant a lot to me, and it really, really broke me up quite a bit when I heard it. And she said, I've never seen an author who had such a loyal audience and who's so connected to their brand that they've created. And if you know me, I've written Stop Workplace Drama, No Drama Leadership, and 7 Ways to Stop Drama in Your Healthcare Practice. And so I've done a lot of work around what I call drama, with my definition of drama being any obstacle to peace or prosperity. And so a lot of my people said, no, it's got to be called No Drama Conflict. And they really were supporting my brand, which made me feel really, really good. It was really exciting. So some of the things I've learned from this is that don't get attached. Whatever you're meant to share or deliver, it's there for you. And there are people to guide you along the way. And just because something isn't a fit doesn't mean that they're bad people, or that you're bad, or that you're wrong. Doubt is going to creep in, but also trust your intuition. Sometimes you have a knowing that there's something that's supposed to come out there. So I'm excited to say the title is From Conflict to Courage. And I'm going to put this on right here so you can see it. From Conflict to Courage, How to Stop Avoiding and Start Leading. And it will be out in March of 2022. So it starts with COVID. It circles back around to when it's almost the 1-year anniversary, and the book's going to be out. So look what happens in just a couple of years. And I see here, Shauna says, love writing, mostly poetry and song. Yeah, that's really awesome. I hope, Shauna, that you're putting some of that on LinkedIn for people to share. I think we all have certain gifts that we don't put out there, but we should. And so I thank you for joining me today. And if you're on later, put your name in, tell me where you're from. Give me any thoughts you have about conflict, about difficult conversations. And if you've got a story to share, feel free to reach out. Maybe I could use that story in the book. I'm putting a lot of stories in the book, making it very, very practical. The next time we talk, I am going to be talking about the 3 components of building conflict capacity, because I almost picked that as a title. And a lot of people really liked it, but a lot of people said, I don't even know what that means. So I'm going to share what that means. And thank you again for joining me. I have a title, and if you took the survey, I really, really thank you for that. I'll see you next time.